Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with a review of an Italian unofficial sequel, splatter exploitation science fiction horror film from 1980. And today's movie is Alien 2 on Earth. If it wasn't obvious, this is an unofficial sequel to Alien, trying to get, trying to make money off the success of the previous film. I've reviewed unofficial sequels in the past. One of the unofficial sequels to Cannibal Holocaust. One of the ones for Evil Dead. And, actually, I think that's it. No, and the unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead. Lucio Fulci's Zombie, which in and of itself is a great movie. So, this is just basically a ripoff of Alien, like, set in some kind of cavern, and there's an alien and stuff, I guess. Yeah. So, let's watch, shall we? Alright. So, this film has to do with a woman who apparently has telekinetic powers, who's also a scientist, and someone who explores caves. And she goes onto this TV show, and she kind of has like this weird headache thing, and she says, "Oh, it happens when something bad's gonna happen." Oh yeah, that's really good foreshadowing, guys. So, she goes to the beach for some reason, and then there's a child there that's yelling for its mother, and you can obviously tell this is dubbed over by an adult. And oof. Okay, so we meet her and her cave exploring friends, and they apparently like to go bowling, and they're in a bowling alley, and they're passing around a big can of pineapple juice, like an actual can that's not opened. It just has like a couple holes drilled in it, and there's straws in it, and they're passing it around drinking it for some reason. Thought that was really weird. So they're planning on going on this expedition to this cave that they've been to before. On the way there, there's something like this guy picking up drugs. There's a guy, let's see, she's on the beach again. This little girl is killed by one of the aliens, and her face is basically melted off, and that's really, really cool. There's also a lot of bad dubbing on the way, and then they stop to get, like, supplies and stuff, and at this, like, roadside general store slash restaurant and bar and stuff, you know. They stop there, and they find this weird blue rock that they've never seen before, and they decide to just take it. So they all get dressed and get ready to go into the cave, and that's kind of where I stopped. Alien 2 on Earth uses a cave to capture the kind of tight space and inability to escape that the space station had in the first Alien film. Now, does this work here? No. It fails to capture the really creepy atmosphere, but it still does have the same kind of constraints of it being very claustrophobic. The dubbing here is pretty bad, kind of funny at times, and the film and the writing is pretty bad. So if the film isn't scary or super cheesy in its dubbing and everything, then what does it have to offer? Well, gore. There's not a ton of gore, as I expected, but the gore in the film are actually pretty good. The gore effects in the film are actually pretty good. I don't know what I'd compare it to. In my notes I said Lucio Fulci's Zombie, but now I'm rethinking that a lot, because that was just another Italian unofficial sequel that I'm trying to connect it to. Because they're both Italian unofficial sequels, but you know what I mean. But the set of the film, which for the most part is the cave, it looks really nice. It actually looks like a cave. It's got pretty good lighting in most of the scenes in the cave, for it being, you know, a cave underground in the dark. Damn, I keep hitting the camera stand. The music in this film kind of ranges from average to really creepy. The characters are flat but not annoying, so that's really a big plus for me personally. As long as the characters aren't annoying, as long as I can kind of like them, I will be okay. Another thing, the camera work is also pretty good. Probably one of the best scenes where the dialogue is just really, really stupid is this scene where the stone that they took with them, the blue stone, comes alive, and it's actually an alien egg, and the alien hatches and melts the face off of one chick, I guess, and her partner, because they did like the buddy system, she's like, oh, her face is gone, it's melted off, you know, just talking about it to the people, to everybody else, and they're like, okay, get the first aid kit and the stretcher. Now, I can understand the stretcher to get the corpse out of there, but the first aid kit, why the fuck would you need that? Her face is gone. There's no repairing that. On the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like the corpse grinders, and 10 being something like brain dead. Alien 2 on Earth is probably about a 5. I want to say a good 5. It's decently gory. I mean, I wish there was a bit more. I definitely have to say it's a lot more violent than Alien, than the first Alien film. But it's been a few years since I've watched that one, so I really like this one a little more than I thought it would. It's kind of like a combination of John Carpenter's The Thing, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and The Descent. Honestly, if this movie would have been released not as an unofficial sequel, and maybe if it was released like wider, like throughout the world, I think this movie could have caught on and become a lot bigger and become a bit more of a cult film than it is. I know it has a cult following today, but it's not as big as I think it deserves. I think it deserves a bit of a bigger following, honestly, but that's just me. Really, I think I also think this film deserves a sequel, maybe, because they kind of left the ending open for a sequel. But, you know, this came out in 1980, it's 2015, it's 35 years later. We haven't gotten a sequel yet, so I'm going to assume that there's not going to be one anytime soon. But I really like this one. I definitely suggest it if you are interested and you like, you know, B movies and Italian, like schlock films and stuff. Yeah, definitely. 4 out of 5 stars. Anyway, guys, I'm BiscuitBoo69. The links to the Facebook page, Tumblr, Twitter, all that, including my friend Chloe, who does cosplay and makeup tutorials. All those links are in the description below. Be sure to check those out. And Rotten Cotton t-shirts, where I get my horror film t-shirts, like this Class of Nukem High t-shirt I have on right now. It's a really, really nice t-shirt. It's only about like 15 bucks. They got some good stuff there. Be sure to check them out. Peace.